Some people are watching us from diaspora, but even though they are Nigerians. This pure water nylon, this is a sachet water. 1 naira is 15 naira. How many years ago it was 5 naira? You know what I mean? So where is the hope of the common masses if one pure water is 15 naira? And the minute I was reading today on the Daily Trust, chicken 25,000 naira. That one turkey 130,000 naira. Minimum wage 70,000. So a man that collects 7,000 a minimum wage that has worked for 30 days cannot buy one turkey for his family. You understand? That means that even if the man is collecting 70,000 minimum wage, the wife 7,000, that's 140,000 naira now. If they buy one turkey, it's only 10,000 naira.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we've seen Bola Ahmed Tinubu, call out the budget for 2025 about 49 trillion, and inside the 49 trillion, about 15 billion will be used to, renovate Asorock, and at the same time get vehicles for Tinubu, the vice, and other prominent politicians that are working with him. But the North now have come out, and attack Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They said, this is not what they need at this point in time. That spending over 15 billion on hospital, on vehicles and vehicles and renovation of Asorock is not what the country needs at this point in time. That there's a lot of poverty in the northern part of Nigeria, and that money can be used to build schools, repair roads, give people money, to the youth money to start business. What's your reaction as regards?
It's what it is. Nigeria is the kind of country where mediocrity is being celebrated. I was reading something yesterday. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, for the past 6 to 7 years, he has not changed the gadget. Talking about maybe the laptop and the computers in his office. Imagine the leader of one of the most powerful nations in the world. They're still trying to, how do I put it, cut costs. But here in Nigeria is like a case of a flamboyant beggar. You're a beggar, you don't have money, they are giving you money, you are still, you understand? The way you are spending money, the people that you are borrowing money from, you don't even spend money like that. That is the irony of it. That in China, if you go to China, we borrow money. I borrow money. Oba borrow money. Those ones even there, you are not spending money as you are spending this year. You understand? We're talking about, for example, what happened on Wednesday in Ibadan, Oyo State. 35 children killed because of stampede. End of the year parties too. They wanted to collect food. And blah, 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 blah. Over 35 human beings, literally, they killed. So that is poverty. That simplifies simple word. Poverty, yes. They are not able to afford food, and their parents, for 35 children to die in such circumstances, not that probably they were in the class, and let us say the building collapsed, that would have been different. But for children, I will go to hustle food. Little children, innocent children want to hustle food for Christmas or something like that, and they die. That's a bad news. The party, I don't know how they wanted to do their party, but over 5,000 children were there. You don't understand? In Southwest Ibadan, in Yoruba land. You're talking about the north. Every day, the north is poor, the north is the poorest. This is Yoruba land. Over 5,000 children according to organizers. You understand? That even when they have been arrested by the police, talking about the former Olori, former wife, or the former queen of the Oni of Ife. You understand? So our priorities is not always right. We have always gotten the wrong priorities. Most times we as a nation, there seems, like I said, there seems to be no hope for the future of Nigeria. I use the word seems here because when you look at the way people are spending, okay, talking about Yaya Bello. EFCC said, according to EFCC, 80 billion naira. Maybe there are others who don't know. 500 million naira bail. So when you see children dying, it's because of this money that these politicians have embezzled. Because if there is that money to where the purpose that was meant for, that poverty level in Nigeria wouldn't have been up to this stage. There has to be the hospital, you build it. You build schools, you build everything. Then there's hope for the future of the country. Let me tell you, as at 40, 50 years ago, China were almost at the same level with Nigeria. Even Nigeria was even better than China then. Talking about this prospect of Nigeria. You're better than China. China wanted to develop. They do two things first. Number one, they eliminated corruption. If you steal, you die. That even as I did for yesterday, on Wednesday, the premier that stole money, millions of dollars, he was killed in China. And I said, if this man were to be a Nigerian, the court will give him, no, the court will even give him bail, and then he might be given chieftaincy title in the mosque if he's a Muslim, maybe in the church, and even in their societies, whether they are Yoruba, Igbo, or Asorock type. That's it. So people that we praise in Nigeria, people that have been given chieftaincy title, people that have been honored in Nigeria are the people that, in quotes, they are thieves. Intellectual people are no longer be honored. If you like be a good at somebody, nobody knows you. But look for a way to make money. You are going to walk down the street. No matter, they will tell you it is God, it is God's blessing. So a kidnapper, God's blessing. A drug dealer, God's blessing. A ritual person, God. So everything now attached to God. That is why we are doing. So when the people of the north are complaining that Vladimir Tinubu or the money, you see, the problem is there are two ways. Number one is hypocrisy of the north. The north were there when Buhari bastardized the economy. They were there. They saw it. At least northern elites were there. They see everything. When almost everything turned upside down under Muhammadu Buhari. And I like it for one thing. He always says, "I'm not aware." That's his statement. Then. I'm not aware. I'm not aware. I'm not aware. He was not aware of anything until that's a year. Emefiele, you hear Niger, you hear. It's a different. You understand? I'm not aware. I'm not aware. I don't know. Yesterday, talk about what the court is saying in Edo State. AGM is telling Edo State governor that you cannot remove chairmen that were being elected by people. Yesterday, I'm talking about that yesterday. And he himself, Edo State governor, he wanted to pronounce a budget. Look at, so it seems that we are running a kind of a comedy show in this part of the world. And like I said, what is the Goa village? Everybody see what's happening in Nigeria. Everybody's seeing it. People are watching from all over the world. Same way we are seeing what's happening all over the world. It's like we are running a comedy show. Probably we are not ready for democracy. Probably we are not really ready for independence. Because I've not seen it. If Nigeria is to be a man as a country, if Nigeria is to be a man, human being, that man will be called an unserious man, an unfortunate man, and a useless man. That at 60-something years, you cannot even feed your family. That's still going to borrow money. And something years, look at the roads, look at the infrastructure. So I just don't know. And because they are being divided by tribes along ethnic lines, nobody wants to hold their own person accountable. Only few. Look at how the North were praising Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They were praising Muhammadu Buhari. Even when NSAS claimed that SARS were killing people as reported newspapers in the south, either in the east, in the west, or Niger Delta. When there were protests against NSAS, did you see any protests in the north? Now, under this government, hardship, let us call for a protest. The north took first. There was no protest, much more protest in the southwest, in Yoruba land. Protest is from Parliament in Yoruba man. The Igbos say no, we don't want because they don't want everybody to come and push it on our head. I like those ones. They say no, you don't want. So they have to run for their own life. You can imagine if you can show the camera, this is a church. Here, look at how these women they wear hijab. I can see them from here. If you can show our viewers how they were staying in the church. I want to collect something. You see them. If people can see them, if our viewers can see them, you see those people. They are wearing hijab. They are Muslims, but they want to collect something from the church. That's what poverty causes. If you say, "Oh, I'm serving God," may not be tested with poverty. If the church give them something, they will collect it, and they are Muslims. You know what I mean? So that's what. Oh God Almighty! Oh Lord of Nazareth!
Because of the poverty of the nation.
Humanity confess. Yeah. The last fasting the Muslim did this year. That was around is it March or April in Abuja. An Igbo man who is a Christian was feeding. We saw live on social media. He was sending food to the Muslims and they were collecting it. I told the Igbo man was on. So I said, sir, you just say, if election come tomorrow, they're going to tell you that nobody send you. That's an Igbo man, no. But now that you are giving them food, it is what it is. You can't at this level in the country, elderly sisters, this kind of women, if they were maybe they were born abroad, I don't think that they'll be, at least I'll be begging. Maybe they'll be having a kind of money that will be accrued to them as old people. But here in Nigeria, a man of 70, of 80 is still doing gate man because of the way we find ourselves and the way the leaders may have embezzled all the public funds.
Okay. Do you not think that that money that Tinubu and the government want to use can still be used, in terms of infrastructure? At least we know that the northern part of Nigeria, the poverty rate in that region is much worse here in the west, or will I say in the southeast. Do you not think that money can be used to build good hospitals and give the youth, help the youth as regards small funds to start businesses?
No, you are right. It can those kind of money are good to bring infrastructural development to any part of the nation. But the problem has to take this. Every year in Nigeria, that's what we read on the newspaper. They budget for spoon, they budget for different gadgets and everything. Does it mean that the last year on our sport? Why can't we be prudent in Nigeria? A poor man should be prudent. A poor man should, because Nigeria is a poor country. That's a fact. Okay, look at your budget and want to borrow some part of your budget. You go and borrow money. And like I said, look at the money even African countries are spending on defense. Like Algeria. Look at how much Algeria is spending on defense. Look at how much you are using as your total budget. Go and check it out. So the thing here is, you are poor. A poor man does not live extravagant life. But you see, Nigeria's situation is simple as Omabi situation. In Nigeria here, somebody will go and borrow money and do party. You have seen it. That's how Nigeria itself as a country is, and people are now copying from that. Somebody will borrow, you go and borrow money to do wedding. You have seen it. Now let me divert it. Ask yourself, why does wedding nowadays no longer last? After 1, 2, yeah, I'm telling you now. After 1, 2, 3, I'm not talking about even 10 years, 20 years divorce. No, divorce now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. One of the reasons why is this, and it's prevalent among the youth, early 20s and time, 20s and 30s, because the groom, the man, may have borrowed money most times. They plan for wedding, they don't plan for marriage. Marriage is forever, wedding is for one day. When they plan for the wedding, the man has borrowed a big amount of money that he cannot pay back. It means after that celebration that day, migraine sets in and they start having a problem. The problem may not last till they divorce. That's happening. And now I'm telling you, people are coming to see on social media. You understand? So it's same thing as Nigeria. The way Nigerians are behaving as the country itself is. You are borrowing money, you are collecting loans, right? Even servicing the loans, you are still embezzling the money. You are still buying cars that you don't need. You are still buying things that you don't need. When that you borrow, there's somebody that borrowed money from a bank or a lapo, using that money to do party. That's not productive. And they tell you, oh, America to borrow money. I mean, is America borrowing money to lavish? Is America borrowing money to waste? This thing is very, very, very simple. And it cuts across all tribes. It doesn't matter, oh, is it Yoruba? No. Our governors are from our tribe. Nobody can tell any good governor is an Igbo man. Zamfara governor is a Hausa man or a Fulani man. Ondo governor is a Yoruba man. So every governor of each state belongs to that state. Then why are the states not developed? That's the question. It's because the same spirit of greed, the same spirit of extravagant life, of wasteful spending, rest upon most of our politicians. Say your children abroad, you do all these kind of things. You don't even care for your citizens. Budget every year, you are buying the same thing every year. How can
Didn't the budget last year?
the same budget are going to hear the same thing that they bought this year? Does it mean that for 1 year, one car will just break down, just rust? Does it mean that a car will just turn to dust in 1 year? that all the gadgets will just spoil one. No. Why can't we manage ourselves? Okay, go and look at our old governors. How many houses that he has? We're talking about Nnamdi Azikiwe. How many houses that he has? Let's go to Sir Ahmadu Bello, Premier of the North. How many houses that he has? The other old governors, Samuel Ogbemudia in Old Bende State, how many houses does he have? Mr. Sir Michael Okpara, former Premier of the East of the Old Eastern region, how many houses does he have? Now you just want to accumulate. But these old men fought for the independence of Nigeria. Oh, Zik of Africa, Nnamdi Azikiwe. Okay, what are you now? You only to something to embezzle money. You understand? So I don't understand. And I ask myself, does the country have a future? If any country has a future, the leader will not be embezzling this large amount of money. It's simple. If Nigeria has a future, we think that yes, God can still bless us, we can still prosper in this nation. This amount of money that are embezzling is too much. Then you want to China, you want to India, you want to for what? India, when Nigeria got independence, we had a bigger prospect than India. Our people were better than China. China they are large, many population. People are looking at how can this country survive? Look at China today. Second biggest country in GDP after the US. How they reinvented themselves. How Dubai was a desert. How many years ago? I became a city. I was given an example how Saudi Arabia is going to host the 2026 World Cup. 11 stadium that they are going to use has not been built at all. We are in 2024. And in the next 10 years, they are going to build 11 stadium. New, brand new. They are building a NEOM city in Saudi Arabia. It's a project. $40 billion project. The question is, the same oil that Saudi have, we have the same oil. What's happening? So, the same oil that Saudi has. Qatar hosted World Cup. They built new stadium. Qatar. The same oil that Qatar has, we have it. UAE, Dubai, the same oil that they have, we have it. Kuwait, the same oil we have it. Why it is not working? Don't tell me population, because China is bigger than us. Different tribes, India has different tribes. What is the problem? One, all those leaders are majorly all of them. There seems to be in a competition of embezzlement. In quotes, they seem to be thief money pass. That's what it seems that we are facing here in Nigeria. I won't carry. You won't carry. I don't carry 1 trillion. You have to carry. But that is the same thing. So where is how do I put it? Then the citizens, the poor men, children, what are they going to? One pure water, 15 naira. One pure water is 15 naira. I was trying to look for it. Let me bring it. Some people are watching us from diaspora, but even though they are Nigerians, this pure water alone, this is a sachet water. One naira is 15 naira. How many years ago it was 5 naira? You know what I mean? So where is the hope of the common masses if one pure water is 15 naira? And the minute I was reading today on the Daily Trust, chicken 25,000 naira. That one turkey 130,000 naira. Minimum wage 70,000. So a man that collects 7,000 a minimum wage that has worked for 30 days cannot buy one turkey for his family. You understand? That means that even if the man is collecting 70,000 minimum wage, the wife 7,000, that's 140,000 naira now. If they buy one turkey, it's only 10,000 naira. Let's talk now. We know how December period feels. But we are in Lagos now, in this part of the world. Does it feel like you are in December? Some families, oh God Almighty. Some families, I don't want. You understand? So it just seems that The people are just living from hand to mouth like almajiri. You can go out, God give it, God give my daily bread. They don't go out, they cannot feed. Then if they're not in the hospital, who is going to cater for them? That many people are dying. Hospital bills in PG, they will say no be here. So that one is not even what we can even talk about. So what's the hope of the common masses in Nigeria? What's the hope? That's the question. What's the hope? Or if you get sick, there's no any I don't think that there's any health insurance scheme for you. Does that mean that when somebody gets sick, you will die? You understand? So so when you just sit down, I just sit back and why? How can the son of a man that is a butcher, that kills cow, that sells cow, now be eating bones? Ọmọ ẹlẹ́ran tó ń jẹgun. Son of a man that kills cow, that butchers cow, now eats a bone. It's a literary word. God has blessed us with all natural resources that we needed. Then why we not working? Understand? So I'm not surprised. I can't be surprised. I've always felt that these our leaders, they are there to serve themselves, and they don't seem to care about our lives. I don't seem to care about how we put through as a people in Nigeria. So it seems that Nigeria is a conquered, or Nigerians are conquered people, and there's nothing Nigerians can do to save themselves from these present leaders. That's what I think personally.